We did it, guys. We're finally here. High fives all around. If you're sitting in your desk chair or on the train or just wherever with your phone right now, pat yourself on the back because we are here, guys. Whew, feels good. Holy shit. Like, that looks nails, dude.
Alright guys, class is in session. So just like the title says, this is how much it costs to get us the 500 horsepower 5.3 budget build to its current state as a mostly complete engine. Only thing it's missing now is accessories, which you don't really need that. Like that. Anyway, so this is going to be a complete cost breakdown of what it took to build the engine completely where it is right now. Now I hope you can see my face and I hope there's enough lighting. I've been messing around with it. I'm going to go ahead and go for it. Some quick backstory on the engine build for those of you who are new to the channel and just not checking this out. We originally set out to build a 500 horsepower 5.3 LS put in the car for $5,000. Now, something we didn't really cover on the channel or speak that much of was our goal was actually to build this engine as new as possible. So that's with using as many new parts as possible, as opposed to going the tried and normal route of just using junkyard used parts, wherever that may be. We wanted to see, can you budget build a brand new engine? And if you can, how much is it gonna cost? And is it feasible to do so? So that's really the basis of the 500 horsepower budget build, which is why you've seen us buy so many things brand new, as opposed to going to eBay or OfferUp or Facebook Marketplace or anywhere else to get used parts. Is because our goal was to build it from the ground up, a new block, well not new block, but new internals, and basically new everything else. So right now, as it stands, the only thing that's used on the engine are the heads, and that came off Ben's original LS1 when we swapped into 6-liter. That everything else has been new up to this point. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the cost breakdown on that, and it'll answer a lot of the questions because we've been getting a lot of comments and questions lately about how much did this part cost, how much did X part cost, what parts did we use for the build, so on and so forth. So this will be a good way to just wrap all those questions up into one answer. And we're also going to talk about what's going on with the 500 budget build right now and the plans for the future and so on and so forth. So stay tuned to the video. You don't want to miss this one. Right off the bat, like I said, I hope I'm in focus still. It's a little dark back here, but that should be fine. Right off the bat, we have written down how much did it cost. So I remember we bought the block, the bare block by itself, just a bare rusty block. It was 200 bucks. That's what we have written down right here. That's where we started out at. I went ahead and did a pricing breakdown as all of our prices that I could find right now. Everything else will be off the top of my head. So, without worrying too much about how I look on the camera, let's begin. So we've already got the block there that was 200 bucks. I'm just gonna go down the list. It's in no particular order, okay? I'm just going down the list. We got a brand new Harmonic Balancer, so I'm just gonna put balancer. Plus a new bolt, because it is a torque to yield bolt, crank bolt for the balancer. And that total came out to $54.56. I'm also going to leave off the shipping because shipping changes depending on your area. That's a new oil dipstick. So I'll put oil dip and then stick with the tube. And that was $18.49. Then we got brand new push rods. That one came out to $24.64. Those are just factory LS1 push rods. Cam bearings. That one came out to $23.79. Then we have main bearings. and that came out to $75.99. And then we have the rod bearings. And that came out to $20.79. And if you're wondering what kind of bearings that we use, I'll go ahead and do a quick parts on screen for you. I'll even probably overlay the video where we talk about which bearings we bought. So for those of you curious, you can catch that whole video and see everything in there. And off the top of my head, we did get the H-coated bearings, so they are good for high performance and high horsepower. Then we got the ARP rod bolts. That is $103.94. Got to keep those rods intact. Then we got a brand new timing cover. This one came with the gasket, so I won't put that on there, but I'll put timing cover. That's right, this timing cover was actually with gasket and with the bolts. It was a really good deal. And that one was $98.99. And then we got the rear main seal. And that one is $37.95. Then we got the windage tray. Don't mind my freakish cat. She's just doing cat things. $28.99. All right, so far we've filled up half the board and we're about halfway with the paper. So, next big part, the Ls9 Cam. So I'll just draw a line to make it easier to read, differentiate what's what. So the Ls9 Cam. And that one was $149.97. We got the Trunnion upgrade, Summit Racing. So I'll just put Trunnion. And that was $129.97. And then we got the valve train. Now this is Alex Hart's LS1 upgrade valve train kit. Like I said, I'll put that video and more information down in the description below for those of you curious. I'm just going to put valve train. And if I remember correctly, that one was like 115 bucks. Now this valve train came with upgraded beehive springs, upgraded locks and seats and all that stuff. I'll have to find more information for that. I can't remember off the top of my head everything it came with. But it was a complete upgrade kit for your valve train. Really good kit actually. And we got the ARP head bolts. Those of you who have been watching for a while know that we actually bought 2 sets. But I'll just put the set that we actually used, which is the 3rd gen set. And Ben actually got that at a discount from his job, so that only cost us 100 bucks. And then we got intake manifold. Now I don't quite remember this one. It was an intake manifold that Ben already had for his build that he decided to dedicate to the 530 build to help get this moved along a lot quicker. So thank him for that. I don't know how much he spent on that intake manifold. I'll have to ask him, and if I can get the answer before I put this video up later today, I'll put it on the board. If not, I'll put it in the description below for those of you who are curious about that intake manifold. Now we got the gaskets. Again, this was stuff that Ben already had lying around from the previous engine build that we did, so we didn't have to buy new gaskets. He already had that. Thankful to us. For you guys, the gasket sets range, depending on how much of the gasket you need. It ranges from like 100, 200 bucks, depending on which gaskets you need. I'll go ahead and just put 150 because it's right in the middle. That's about what most gasket sets start at for a complete engine gasket set for the LS. And we got lifters and trays. We went with Ls9 lifters. Lifters plus tray. And that one was $105. And now we're at pistons and rods. These were brand new pistons, brand new rods. We got a deal off of these actually. And that one was $150. Now we got money we spent at the machine shop, so I'm going to put it machine shop. And at the machine shop, we got the cam bearings removed and replaced. So remove the old cam bearings, install new cam bearings. And we did a rotating assembly balance, and that came out to $330. I had to remember where we did that in the shop. So cam bearings and a balanced rotating assembly. I think maybe it's something else. You don't remember what the other thing may have been. But I had that receipt for $330 at the machine shop. The heads, again, these are old heads, been already had lying around from the previous LS1. But for you guys, base LS1 heads are usually around $100. You can find them cheaper, you can find them more expensive depending on the condition and the exact casting of the head. We did port our heads, so the port kit was $100. The home kit. Now, we recommend going with a ball style hone. In this build, you saw us use like a stick style hone. It was terrible, but it was cheap, and we were budgeting it out as much as we can, so we used that one. I'd recommend the ball hone. The cheap hone that we used was only $21.99. Runs for about $71. Okay, and then we spent some money on paint to paint the block. That's sandpaper, primer, and then paint. I'll put that down here at the bottom, not that important. And we spent about $10 there. Okay, so that pretty much sums up most, if not everything on the engine that we've built so far. Hey, get the... Sorry, my cat, tried to jump on the camera. Okay, so, don't mind my face being out of focus. I was editing the video and I got the information that I forgot. The price of the intake manifold, and I also realized that I forgot to put in the oil pump, the timing sets, and the timing damper kit that we had to buy for the engine. So, with those new parts added into the pricing right here, oil pump itself was $114.89 for a brand new Melling high performance oil pump, high volume, or high pressure, but not high volume. The timing set that we got for the correct generation of this engine, I think it's Gen 4, 2014, I think? The correct timing set was $30.79, and then the timing damper kit that would allow us to use that style on this earlier block was $41.79. So the new total with the, and the intake manifold itself was $250. So the new total with these 4 parts added into it now brings us to, let me grab my marker here, have it written down on the calculator. All right, so new total brings us to blackout! $2,587.50. It's a lot of money. It's a lot more than we thought we would spend on this engine, but there it is. So that's the price of building a brand spanking new 5.3 LS engine that's capable of 500 horsepower or more. Brand new everything. There you go. $2,587. Could you have saved money on this build? Absolutely you could have. Easiest way is to buy used parts. Could you have saved money on this build going new? Probably so. We did our best to find the best deals, get the most money off where we could, but I'm sure some of you out there with better connections or different deals can probably get that price down by a few $100s or so. But that's a lot of money. So let's go ahead and subtract it from our total $5,000 budget, and that leaves us with minus 2587.5. So we spent a little more than half on the engine alone. So we have a remaining $2,412.50 to stay within the $5,000 budget that we set forth for this build. That's pretty cool. We spent more than half on the engine, but go fast kids is where it all counts, right? So that about sums up what we did for the engine to build it to its current state where it is today using all new parts. I have to stress it's all new parts. That's why it's costing a lot more than we thought it would, and that's why it's taking a lot longer. Well, that and life happening. So the car we have in mind now that we want to use for the 500 horsepower budget build. We're going to keep it American. We're going to keep it GM. We're not going to do anything crazy. No crazy foreign swaps this time around. We're going to build it the way you guys want to see it built. Okay. So we decided that we're going to use a 3rd gen Camaro, like the one you guys have been asking about, like the one you've seen in a lot of the videos but never even touched on. We're not going to use that exact car because that's not our car, but we are going to use a 3rd gen Camaro similar to that. We want to build it out to be a fun, reliable, and well-detailed street car, okay? So what that's going to entail is, well, we can't tell you everything yet, but we are going to build a 3rd gen Camaro for the 503 budget build. Hope you guys are stoked on that. If you are stoked on that, help us get this car sooner than later so we can build this engine out within the next couple months. We can build the car out within the next couple months. How can you guys help us get the car? Well, we've got 10,000 subscribers. That's a lot of people, and we're stoked on that. We're happy on that. If we can just get, what is it, 1% of you, 1% to support the channel by buying a shirt, buying a sticker, whatever it may be. Sorry, looking at my cat again. That would be monumental. You know, we would only need, what, 100 of you guys to support the channel in some way, shape, or fashion at, what, $10 each? That's buying a shirt or a sticker. And we'd be, you know, $1,000 above where we are right now, which would allow us to get the car and start making more content and more videos for you guys that way so you can see us come together. So if you're stoked on the build, you're stoked on it, you want to see it done quicker than it is right now, please help us, and we will do our best to make it happen in the quickest, most efficient, and most fun way possible. Also, once again, just want to say thank you guys for checking out this video. Thank you for sticking around like you have. We appreciate it. We love everything about that you guys do. Like this video, comment below your thoughts on the build, your thoughts on going with a 3rd gen Camaro, and then we'll see you guys next time. Thanks again for checking this video out. I really do appreciate it. Remember to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you do not miss an upload, and check out the website. We've got new merch and a lot of cool things to help get this build on the road. You can get this shirt. It's a limited run shirt, 500 horsepower budget build shirt. It was meant for this build. So if you guys want to support the build, pick up one of these shirts. It's really cheap, and everything goes towards getting this build on the ground and on the road running finally. So thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. Remember to go out there and do something awesome. Peace.